Okay, if you want to learn anything, and I mean anything, and you want to do it the fastest possible way, don't study. This learning idea, this is a place where I feel, pretty comfortable to talk about. I've studied this for about 3 decades now, and we could talk about it all the way from general techniques, all the way down to the neuroscience, all the way down to the neurochemistry of optimized learning. But today, we're just going to talk about the fact that the best way for you to learn is not to study. And here's what I mean by this. If I said, hey, you've got an exam in a month, then you'll wait until the day or two before the exam to start studying for it. And when you study, you'll kind of cram, you'll just go over the material over and over and over again. But instead, if I said train, okay, so think about yourself as an athlete, think about yourself as somebody who's in a debate contest or somebody who's in music or anything like that, that you're going to have a competition or a recital or something. And I tell you that you have that competition in a month. What do? You immediately start to train for that, right? Or you're already training and then you up what you're doing. Not only do you start right away, but you do it with more intensity than you would normally to study. You don't do it with I have to study. It's, I only have a month to train for this competition. And so your mindset is different and your arousal state is different, and that's going to significantly impact how much you learn. So let me just give you an example of this. If you're sitting in a classroom and you're bored, you tend to slouch and your body language is telling you, well, this can't be very important or I would be more excited about it. And so your brain essentially says, well, if this isn't important, I'm just going to dump this information. But if you were engaged the whole time you sat up more, you got yourself interested, you started asking questions during class, even if they're not out loud, asking questions to yourself, all of a sudden your arousal state changes. Your brain says, oh, this must be important. Let me try to remember this information. And then all of a sudden, instead of it being 5%, maybe it's 40% or maybe even 50%. Think about a huge gain that is over time. Let me just give you one really quick example of this. It was a study that was done, super simple study. And what they did was they had 2 groups of students and they taught them the exact same information. One group beforehand, they said, this information will be online as well after class if you need it. The other group, they said, this information will not be online. This will be the only time that you're going to be able to see this information. Then at the end of class, they gave them a quiz without the students knowing that there was going to be a quiz. Guess which group did better? Obviously, the group that were told this is your one chance for it. The other group, they listened in a lazy way or an efficient way, depending on how you want to say it. It's like, well, look, we know that we've got this information that we can get elsewhere, so let's not use all of our resources right now. The other one was, well, this is my only chance at this, so I'm going to process information at a deeper level. Most of us are really efficient or lazy, however you want to say it, and we're only going to put forth the effort that we need to put forth. The thing about it is, if I tell you you've got an exam in a month, you wait a month to study and then cram for the exam. If I tell you you've got a competition in a month, we just naturally start training for that competition. We do it with intensity. We do it as frequently as we can. We put ourselves under pressure. We actually do practice rounds, practice, over and over again so we can prepare ourselves for the competition. And then, even though we're a little bit nervous about it, we're also excited about it because we've prepared. So, if you want to learn, stop studying the way most people study and start training. And then you get to be excited about the test. So if you want to up your game on this, if you want to optimize practice, learn how to do this in specific techniques, we've got a video on optimal challenge point, the challenge point framework that talks about this in some detail. And there are lots of other resources as well. If you like this information, please subscribe or give us a like. And if you want additional information, please put that in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as we can with the information. As always, thank you for listening to us. We really appreciate your time, and we hope that you share this with the people that you care about as well.